Have you owned a credit card? Does it make your life easier? Well, credit card is the most typical illustration of consumer credit. The definition of credit is an arrangement to acquire money, goods, or services and you pay it at a future date. While consumer credit is a sort of personal debt that was taken for purchasing goods and services except a home mortgage by individuals and families. The first issued credit card was in the United States in the early of 20th century, and it has been a major system for transaction including in Malaysia. The Malaysia's government has been making efforts to boost consumer spending, and in the result they're promoting the increased usage of credit cards. With it, customers able to purchase goods and services that might not have been possible without the widespread use of credit cards. Have you heard of AIA Berhad or Alliance Malaysia Berhad? Well, both of them are actually some of the insurance company in Malaysia, and they issued an agreement known as insurance policy that provides financial protection or reimbursement against losses to a person or an organization. To make payments to the insured more manageable, the company pools the risks of its clients. Insurance plans are used to protect against the possibility of monetary losses, large and small, resulting from harm to the insured person or property or from liability for harm or damage to a third party. A credit card is a form of short-term loan given to the cardholder by the issuing bank or other financial institutions and is used to pay for goods and services. In essence, a credit card is a tool that a bank uses to make purchases on your behalf while collecting the money you owe the bank. The amount you pay with a credit card should actually be what you owe the bank, not what you actually spend. When we have a credit card, we aim for convenience and safety, which are two main benefits of using a credit card. We no longer need to carry a lot of cash while making a large purchases, which can put us in danger. Other than that, having another way to increase credit score that banks can use is another motivation to get a credit card. A person's credit score is essentially a report card on financial health, which the bank uses to determine the risk they are taking when lending the money. When we look out for a house or car loan in the future, a strong credit score is essential and it can be achieved by consistently making your payments on time. We can safeguard ourselves against any personal hazards in our lives while also saving money by making insurance planning. In order to safeguard a person from any unfavorable events in their life, other sorts of insurance are equally crucial. Their personal assets such as houses or cars or even their health may be at jeopardy when unfavorable events hit. According to Life Insurance Association of Malaysia, (LIAM), an alarming statistic showed that in 2011, only 42% of Malaysians were insured and the remaining of 58% of the population is still uninsured and faces a significant risk of having their future earnings permanently taken away. In Malaysia, life insurance is the most widely used for preparing for a family's financial future. When a policyholder passes away, life insurance helps to cover outstanding debts as well as provided for the financial needs of dependents and family members. These explain why people should be aware of the advantages, problems, and distinctions in the many life insurance policies that are offered in the market. Chui and Kwok, 2008.
So next, I will explain more about consumer credit. Basically, it is defined as a personal debt incurred by individual in order to purchase goods and services. The money needed for the purchase of the product is paid in advance to the consumer under consumer credit. The most common example of consumer credit is a person who uses a credit card to purchase goods and services. Besides, consumer credit is short-term credit, which means that the consumer must repay back the debt within a short period of time, usually around 30 days. Besides, most retailers use consumer credit to encourage customers to buy more. When people purchase on credit, they are willing to buy more. Apart from that, I will talk about the importance of consumer credit. Consumer credit can be used to buy goods that devalue rapidly, such as buying cars, video games, clothing, and many more. Besides, consumer credit also reflects a family's or an individual's annual spending. It is typically used to purchase goods that are used on a daily basis or basic needs such as food, cosmetic, clothing, dry cleaning service, and so on. Therefore, consumer credit is also important in measuring growth in the economy. The economy expert regularly checks consumers' monthly spending to determine whether the economy is growing or contracting. For example, if people are obtaining credit quickly and are confident that they will be able to repay the loan on time, this indicates that the economy is expanding. On the other hand, if they reduce their spending and do not use credit to purchase goods and services, it indicates that they are worried about future spending and are not confident in their financial stability. Hence, the economy suffers the consequences of all of this. So next, we move to the types of consumer credit. As we can see, there are three types that include installment credit, non-installment credit, and revolve credit. First is installment credit, which are referred to as installment consumer credit when the lender limits the credit amount. Besides, the repayment period is fixed and determined when the credit is approved. It includes education loans, car loans, and home loans. Second is non-installment credit. This loan is available as a secured or unsecured loan. It is usually only for a short time. By the end of the period, the consumer must repay back the entire amount in one lump sum. Third is revolving credit. The consumer can obtain credit based on his or her needs. They only has to set aside a portion of the credit at the end of the month. Typically, a bill is issued by the lending firm or bank. Credit card fall into this category. So, the credit is never paid off by the consumer. It just keeps piling up. They only pays back a portion of the loan each month. As a result, the credit continues to revolve. But this account remains open until the lending company closes it.
Next, I will be moving to the next part, which is the current issue of the consumer credit. So, the topic chosen is Malaysia consumer credit during the outbreak COVID-19. So, according to the data above, young adults may have been more affected by the pandemic since they were in the early stage of their career and had lower income and saving than their older contemporaries. So, in the last 2 years, unemployment had hit this section particularly hard. So, during the COVID-19 affected years, Malaysia households took on extra debt in form of mortgage and higher purchase loans. So, government programs such as the Home Ownership Campaign (HOC), which was a government project aimed to assisting home buyers in their search for home, and other initiatives such as like car sale exemption until the end of 2021. This has really made real estate and vehicle purchase more tempting. Okay, there is one news, which is the Sun Daily News on 6 January 2022, state that consumer credit scores from Experian Information Service Malaysia, which is an industry that provide individuals data, analytic, marketing, and also credit services, have improved slightly over the past 4 years, starting from the pre-COVID years of 2019 across all age groups. So, this improvement of consumer credit from the start of the pandemic until today may be influenced by some factors, such as like government initiatives such as loan moratoria, 10,000 special withdrawal from the EPF, Employees Providence Fund, Bantuan Keluarga Malaysia (BKM), and the Financial Management and Resilience Program (URUS) repayment assistance received by almost more than 2.7 million borrowers in Malaysia throughout the second half of the last year of 2021 might contribute to this positive gain. Okay, the other news by the Star states that Bank Negara Malaysia is set to implement consumer credit law by next year, which is a good alternative to be the backbone helping the consumer to manage their credit. So the current policy helps consumer with the advantage of other alternatives that have been stated by Bank Negara Malaysia in the news from the Star. So, Bank Negara Malaysia intervention in the form of loan moratorium and other assistance measure may have aided this trend. It shows that in this difficult economic context, Malaysians may have shifted their spending habit to be more conservative.
Next, I will explain about insurance planning. Insurance planning is to protect yourself, your family, your loved one, your home, your asset, or your business against unexpected events. When it comes to the financial planning, the significance of planning for insurance cannot be understated. It is beneficial for the process of retirement planning. People may even reap the advantage of retirement planning by purchasing the best life insurance plan available to meet their long-term needs. Besides, people may take advantage of maturity advantage in plans such as endowment policies and ULIPs, which can be used as a reliable corpus to start the retirement phase of their life. People also have the option of selecting pension plans that provide them with the alternative of getting payouts in the form of a lump amount or on an ongoing basis. Secondly, medical costs are paid by the insurance policy, especially in light of the ever-increasing price tag attached to medical treatment. Mounting medical bills may quickly become a significant financial strain. If individuals have health insurance coverage, they will not be under as much severe financial strain to make these expenditures. The majority of the time, medical insurance will pay for the range of services including hospitalization, home care, treatment for childcare, and ambulance costs. Thirdly, life insurance helps survivors maintain a stable financial position after their loved ones passing. In the event that a person passes away unexpectedly, life insurance may be used to protect their loved ones financially and guarantee that they will have a way to replace their lost income. By using the money from the life insurance policy's death benefit, their surviving loved ones are able to take care of any important financial obligations, such as the repayment of debts that they may have left behind. Furthermore, it aids their family in maintaining a positive trajectory and working towards their life goal. Lastly, insurance planning gives you access to extra advantage in addition to those offered by your work. These benefits are in addition to the ones you already get. If you are an employee who receives compensation for your work, the likelihood is high that your employer offers a group health insurance plan. Even if this is a great financial weapon to have in your arsenal, it is possible that it will not be enough. Personal health insurance might provide you protection in addition to that offered by your employer, depending on the circumstance. You will also get a more specialized insurance policy that is specifically crafted to meet the requirement of your individual situations. Next, there are 4 types of insurance planning, which is the first one, health or medical insurance. For your information, health insurance and life insurance are not the same. Health insurance helps in the case of an emergency where you are hospitalized requiring proper medical treatment and recovery. The second type is life insurance. It is financial protection against unfortunate events such as sudden death, total permanent disability, critical illness, or terminal illness. For life insurance, you can either opt for term life insurance or whole life insurance. For the third type is property insurance. It is known as general insurance. Property insurance covers your personal asset like your house or your vehicles. There are 3 kinds of policies for home insurance: householder policy, homeowner policy, and fire policy. And lastly, protection insurance. The personal accident insurance and travel insurance fall under this type. Accidents could occur anytime to anyone. In case of your demise, disability, or injuries, rest assured that you or your loved one will be compensated lump sum. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, next let's take a look at the current issue of insurance planning. Most Malaysians are uninsured against flood. That is the article that we found in 2022. As we know, Malaysia is one of the countries have a monsoon season. Between the middle October and the end of March, the climate at the eastern side of the peninsula is affected by the rainy season or monsoon season. During the monsoon period, it can sometimes rain for days. This usually leads to flood, and a lot of things such as car, all the building, even our place to live will be damaged by this season. However, the article says that most of Malaysian people are still lack of flood insurance. As the graph shown, only 4% of motor policies and 30% of fire policies have flood covers for 2021, despite an encouraging trend showing an increase from 1% in 2017 to 4% in 2021. The company may be able to extend flood insurance under the fire and automobile plans, and this would require paying additional premiums, which only starts from 10 ringgit non-tariff policy for motorcycles. Additionally, as the graph shown demonstrate, from 2017 to 2021, the average premium for automotive flood insurance has reduced by 30.6% annually, making it considerably more affordable now. And according to Dr. Jessie Goh, Senior of Economics, Malaysia is ranked 47 out of 48 countries that is termed of vulnerability to climate change. Climate change will have an impact of the Malaysian insurance sector, with estimated losses from fluvial and coastal flood increasing by 50 to 65% by 2050. Therefore, getting flood and extreme weather coverage from an insurance provider is an advantage, especially for a new vehicle's owner who deal directly with the vehicle's franchise and dealer. Anthony Lee, which is a chairman of PIAM, said, considering the recent incidents floods, the importance of special perils with the flood coverage should be promoted and offered to customers during policy renewals. He also contended that Malaysian people are under insurance against natural disaster, particularly flood, despite it being the most regular and yearly natural disaster affecting the country.
There is no doubt with the unpredictable pandemic and natural disasters that have happened across countries throughout the years has brought many negative impacts financially and economically to the country. Fortunately, to aid Malaysian financially, Bank Negara Malaysia formed loan moratoriums and other assistance measures for us to survive the economic slump in the pandemic era. However, Malaysians are still unaware of the importance of insurance planning, as they are not prepared themselves earlier to fight against the uncertainty of natural disasters that are happening in Malaysia. With the outstanding interventions made by Malaysia's government by setting consumer credit law and also creating many initiatives, it can indeed help Malaysians manage their credit. As we all know, using a credit card has great benefits for its consumers. Furthermore, many people prefer to buy things online today. It makes it easier to sell and buy for consumers. With this in mind, some stores can begin providing vouchers or codes for shoppers to redeem their purchases as an incentive for them to return to that store again. However, for insurance planning, it is crucial to assist a large number of Malaysians in purchasing insurance for them to be insured to avoid the uncertainty of risks that might happen in the future. For these reasons, insurance sellers should play an important role in spreading the importance of insurance so that they are more sensitive to provide early protection for themselves, as this insurance is useful for families, assets such as houses and cars, and others. As a result, it is critical to humans as an initial defense. Hence, there is a proverb, prepare an umbrella before it rains.